so nice about it. I think they kind of got a little fun out of it too.
Mm-hmm.
And so one day we said, well, it's time to see if we can get it started. Well, then I talked about the carburetor. I don't know how much money I spent on the carburetor. I put a new kit in it myself. I replaced all the parts I could in it. I put it on a tractor and it just leaked and I couldn't. So I took it into, and I had different places that worked on it. Now, I better not mention the names because they weren't able to fix it. Anyway, so finally, I got it running, but it would just run so rough and it would backfire and go. So I brought it out to Doug Norman. I said, it isn't running right, but maybe you can just work on it and paint it anyway. He said, I'm having so much trouble with that carburetor. Well, he said, we see what we can do with it. And he said, well. So they took it out to got us out there, and then he knew what to do with it, so he fixed it, and then he put it together, and then it run real nice. So then before they painted it was running real nice before they even painted it.
Mm-hmm.
So then Doug Norman, he sandblasted it and put a couple of coats of primer on it, and then he painted it, and put all the decals back on and all that. It looked
brand new.
Nice. Then when he got all finished, and then I could go out there and help him. If he said you want to come out and help it a little bit, you can. Yeah, I said I'd like to work a little more. Take some stuff off so you get paint and that, put it back on. And so then the day I drove it out of there, he said, I went out there, he said, your toy is ready now, you can go out and play with it. After, I have all the invoices of what I spent, but I don't dare look at them.
Yeah. So was it worth it?
Well, I think it was worth it because it's hard to believe how much that tractor's been used, especially with the family. And then we have our family reunion out at the farm, home farm.
Mm-hmm.
We get bay rides. People like to take hay rides, bay rack behind it. And many people have driven it. We put it in gear and drove around in the yard out at the farm. And so it's been used a lot and been a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Everybody's smiling.
Huh?
Everybody's smiling.
Yeah. And so, actually, I guess the project was worth the effort to get. And I could hardly believe myself when he finished painting and was standing, it looked like new again. It ran like new, and that from coming out of the woods, that was, I don't know.
It's like you're back when you're 15 years old, huh?
Yep. So I drove it. I hadn't driven it for how many years it was since I drove it. You know, I can't remember even driving it after World War II. But the last time I drove it, I was probably about 19 years old. Yeah. And I can't remember driving it after World War II. If I did, I can't remember it, because I'd go out to the farm and my dad had another tractor. I drove that some, but by that time maybe the John Deere was retired, maybe, I don't know. It was, well, they were still using it, but Lyle bought a bigger tractor and a newer tractor and everything. But the thing was, most farmers would trade the tractor off in on a newer one and keep updating, but my dad would never sell it because that was the first new tractor he'd ever had, and he was going to keep it no matter what. Yes, he had that, and that's the only new tractor he did have. any farm with that from 1938 to, well, I'm not sure, just the last years from in the
60s.
60s probably. This was in the 70s when I first started pecking away at it.